Good afternoon. It's a pleasure to be here today and introduce you to some of the newest technologies and systems available to optimize any response to an oil spill. Having the right equipment for the right situation is key. If there's an oil spill, there's a big risk that ports, terminals, shipping lanes are getting disrupted, and closing these down costs millions of dollars, much more than in a simple investment in a good response strategy and good equipment. DESMI is a pump manufacturer for the marine industry, and the DESMI road clean business have been here for more than 50 years and is a part of the DESMI group. We, of course, pay focus in everything we do on the sustainability goals, and that is implemented in the way we work. We are represented around the world. Our roots is in Denmark. So to get back to the story, so to say, I will start talking about the traditional way to fight an oil spill. Typically, in an oil spill, you would use 400 meters of boom as a minimum. You would have a skimmer. You will have many storage tanks to recover your recovered oil. You need 2 vessels of opportunity, one to deploy the boom and another vessel to hold the other end of the boom, and then you can be in an idle waiting situation, waiting for the oil to come. That is how it has been done for the last 30 years. The resources used, boom, skimmer, power pack, vessel of opportunities. I made an index here saying for 5 days operation that goes into an index of 390. That's based on our experience. Skimming 200 cubic meter per day, catching 200 cubic meter per day, that's 1,000 cubic meter of oil in 5 days. That has a price of 390. And you can see the traditional way of sweeping here. With fast sweeping technology, we have the ability to use a single vessel. We can actually move proactively forward with 3 knots and still contain the oil, and at the same time we can do skimming operations. Being able to move forward instead of waiting for the oil in a stationary position makes it possible to cut down the operation from 5 to 3 days. So we're only closing shipping lanes, ports for 3 days compared to 5 days. A shorter operational time also means less risk for the crew, for the people involved in the operations. So the index for 3 days is based on having a speed sweeping system, a integrated skimmer in the sweep. You can see the bottom part here. The skimmer is built into the sweep, so when you move forward, you will pump your recovered oil back to the vessel's oil recovery tanks. And you only need 1 ship. In any oil spill, it's very difficult to find a vessel of opportunity. Being in an oil spill means there's a risk for the ship to be dirty of oil. And the cleaning of the ship is very, very costly. So in this situation, we are also, due to the ability to move forward faster, we can also catch the oil faster. So we can recover 350 cubic meter per day for 3 hours. So 1,000 cubic meter in 3 days compared to 1,000 cubic meters in 5 days. This system is, by design, more efficient. So to summarize, cost index of traditional operations 390, cost index of fast sweeping 250. That is a significant capital reduction. But where the real money comes is you have 2 days less of operation. You only need to rent one ship. You have significantly reduced your risk. You're only 3 days on the water compared to 5 days on the water. So the advantage is, of course, very high efficient equipment. Only one vessel again. Having one vessel means you also need only one crew that's been trained in operating the equipment. So you have your operation staff on the oil spill. The ship's crew is still the same. Satellite surveillance and aircraft support. Compared to 5 days until to 3 days, that is a significant cost savings. We all know it costs money to have an aircraft monitoring your oil spill operations. Most importantly, shorter time of disruption of the shipping lanes and port closure. Having less equipment also means you have a less maintenance. You also know you have the latest technology of equipment that can be upgraded as the continuous improvement of the system is a part of what we do in our daily life. We participate in oil spills and learn, and we try to integrate all these new knowledge into the next generation. And for the system we just saw here, all the components is from one manufacturer. So you don't have to buy boom one place, skimmer another place, and your kite a third place. This is how it looks. It's containerized. This is the fast sweeping system capable of catching oil up to 3 knots. You see the U formation, and we have 3 layers of net in the middle. The layers of net reduce the energy in the surface, so we actually cut down the current from 3 knots to 0.7 knots in the end of the sweep. We call that the apex, and that's where the skimmer is situated. The 0.7 knots are very important. That's the threshold for where we will get entrainment. That means that the oil will simply go under the boom. So we need to keep the 0.7 knot in the apex. Once we collected the oil in the apex, we can move forward still and skim the oil back through the hose you can see on the backside, and that will go to the storage tank. Simple and easy operation. We try to make everything as simple as possible. So one full system is containerized. So it goes out like pieces of Legos you put together on your deck, and then you do your deployment. This has been tested extensively in Omset in the US to prove our capability. It is very difficult to measure this in real life. So we go to the best test tank in the world, which is Omset. And we have the opportunity to test both using only in water. We can add oil, we can have wave action, so we can emulate the real life. To keep the sweep open, as a replacement for the second vessel, we are using a row kite. The row kite, you see the picture on the left-hand side. That's how it looks in the workshop. In the middle, you can just see it next to the tugboat as a small dot. And on the drawing, you can see you have the sweep, and then you have the kite hanging on the side. It is adapted from fishermen's technology. For them to keep their fishing net open, they're using same principle. They make it in steel, we make it in rubber, because it's easier to handle and less to get damaged. In the APAC, we have the opportunity of several skimmers. The most popular and the latest technology is our brush skimmer called the Octopus, which have a capacity of 130 cubic meter in this version, and is equipped with our DOP 250 Archimedes screw pump. The Archimedes screw pump can pump from light oil to bitumen. So any oil the skimmer will take, we guarantee the pump can pump. To drive everything, we can go for power packs. This is our standard power pack. This is a diesel driven. Nowadays, we are moving towards more green power packs, so we are able to offer fuel cell or electrical driven power packs for greenwashing the operation. The power pack is used to inflate and deflate the boom, operate the winder to get the boom in the water. During skimming operation, the same power pack will operate the skimmer and the pump. So we need one power pack for all systems. We have the opportunity to put it with a wireless control, so you can actually stand at a high vantage point with the wireless remote and operate the system. Once the system is in the water, you just need one operator. We also have additional opportunities. If the vessels in the area where the system is gone is known not to have crane, we can actually equip the power pack with a crane to ease the operation by recovering and deploying the equipment. And this is something we are very proud of. We have been in India for many years. Now we have our own production facility in Hyderabad. So we are actually able to do all our support and some of our manufacturing is done locally. So we have a big Make in India stamp on our back. This is our very nice facilities in Hyderabad. So DESMI here in India is responsible for, of course, India, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, and the Maldives. This is not to show specifically our growth, but it's to show how we are going to prepare ourselves for the future. When we started in 2013 in India, our average age of our employees was 36 years. Now, we have been able to attract good talents, fresh out of school. So now our average age is 30 years. So with my 20 years of experience, I need to pass that on to my new colleagues so we can ensure that we are in business for many more years, giving expert advice. In addition to the oil spill, we do more or less everything maritime related. One big thing for the environment is that we treat the ballast water on ships, which is also a big issue. We do have, in the years, very good references here in India, and we are very happy to continue our growth, our deliveries of new systems into India. And India has been very strong to adapt our newest technologies. We participate, of course, in the national pollution exercises. This is the most recent one, where we demonstrate our rowboom. This is a little bit older. This is actually from 2016, but that shows actually the first time the use of the speed sweep in India. However, this was just a demo, but it shows that even the standard vessels from the Coast Guard can easily accommodate the systems and more easily deploy the system. It takes up much less space. Here are some snapshots from our customers and different solutions. So DESMI brings you 50 years of know-how, good technical and technological excellence. All our efforts come from participating in oil spills and learning. We call it proving technology. DESMI itself is more than 185 years old. We are one of the oldest companies in Denmark. We have an international team, as you saw before. We are more or less everywhere in the world. We have very good skilled people, and we do specialized front-end engineering, and we do specialized designs also. We do life cycle support. Not only we guarantee you have spare parts for 25 years, we also, when we replace old equipment with new equipment, we take the old equipment back and make sure it is recycled in the proper manner. You can find all our information online. We are very open. We share our videos. We share more or less everything online. So please browse. You will find the oil spill equipment to be very interesting. I certainly do. And of course, we have to adapt to the new world, so we are also on various social media where you can interact with us. And later I will be happy to address your questions.
Oil Spill India 2022 is dedicated to the Honorable Prime Minister's Swachh Bharat Abhiyan and Clean Seas.